Yeah. We a little late, but we not as late as usual. But that's a good sign. That's how you know it's going to be a good show. You know what it is. Welcome. We got a lot we want to cover today, man. I'm sure you got to make some goddamn money, how to get in shape, and how to build your mindset, your mind state. Let's start the show. Yeah. What's going on? What? I don't know what's happening. But we got it. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. This is episode 245. All right. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio, para mi gente, the Southside Savior. All right, and man, we got an amazing show for y'all today. We're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn a lot, and we're gonna make some friends along the way. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm not alone though. I'm also here with the best podcast producer in the game, the man from Iran, the beast from the Middle East, Nima. You know
Let's go.
Come on, man. And religious diversity to the pod. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
It's the two extreme.
Yeah, man. We taking it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Muslims, Christians working together. You know what I'm saying? They ain't think it could be done. They ain't think it could be done, man. But we out here. All right. Listen, we usually got my girlfriend here. You know what I'm saying? Minovia. Couldn't make it today, man. She will be missed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's gonna watch this. She might watch this and think, man, these guys did amazing without me. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, but we still like to have you here, you know. But it's still gonna be fantastic, you know. All right. Listen. Oh, we got oh, you know, the what? Yeah, we got two sponsors for this show, man. We got to get into before we start talking. You know what I'm saying? The first sponsor is me. All right. I'm doing a live training this coming Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will break down exactly everything you need to know to start or grow your online fitness business. Y'all know that's how I made my first million. The first million is the hardest. Pause. And I made my first million as an online trainer. And I've taught over 15,000 other people how to start or grow successful online fitness businesses. I'm not guaranteed you'll learn how to make $1 million. I've only got about somewhere between 10 and 15. I have to look, students who have made $1 million from online training in 1 year, at least. You know, $1 million a year. It's less than 20. I know that. But I have like thousands and thousands of students who have made, who make, you know, over $10,000 a month as online trainers. If you want to learn how, click the link, register for the class. And I'm not going to sell you anything. Nope, not going to sell you anything. It's going to give you free game. It's going to be free game. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you so much free game. You're going to ask me. You're going to ask me if you can buy something from me. And I'm going to say no. Like, that's how good it's going to be. You're going to want to give me money for something. I'm going to be like, no, motherfucker. Take the free game. Figure it out. But it's going to be 100% free. I'm going to answer all your questions and help you get some bread out here. All right. So click that link in the description now. All right. The other, oh, wait a minute. pre-workout like started kicking you just now. You know when your ears start to your ears feel like they're tingling, maybe like the back of your eyeballs start to twitch. And like it just hit me. And that's a good feeling. All right. The next sponsor, speaking of eyeballs twitching, the next sponsor is a product that, okay, Nima and I, we have been working on this quietly. We haven't talked about it much. We haven't really mentioned it, right? But we got this product that we coming out, and it's called Thought Repellent. See, Thought Repellent was developed it was my idea, but Nima, of course, he went to Iran he found some Iranian scientists to help develop it, because we couldn't do the testing in New York anymore because there was just too many casualties. We were doing in the United States, but it didn't really matter in Iran because I think they just used journalists, and but we got the casualties close to zero, so now we can sell it. This is Thought Repellent. It was developed. It was developed for ballers. Because once you start watching the Victory Talk podcast consistently and implementing the messages from the words that come out of my mouth, right? And you start infusing that into your life, what's going to happen is you're going to get in amazing shape. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to have a lot of disposable income. And then women are going to be all over you, right? You won't have to fucking rizz up no bitch, right? You won't be having that spit game. Like, women are going to come to you, right? But here's the problem. Some of the women are going to be bad women. Yeah. Contrary to what the lamestream media will tell you, some women are bad. Some of them are thoughts, hoes, sluts, skanks, skeezers, Jezebels, scallywags, and hood rats. And you want to stay away from those. But how do you know who's who? Yeah, some of them have neck tattoos, and you're like, okay, that's no gem. Stay away from her. Some of them may have turquoise hair or something, and it's a dead giveaway. But some of them may look regular. Then you find out she's a thought on the low. And she's going to get into your life and try to ruin it. That's what Thought Repellent was developed. It only affects the DNA of the thoughts and the sluts and the whores and the skanks, right? But regular women, good women, classy women, they're going to smell you and be like, you smell delicious. What is that smell? What is that aroma? What on earth could that be? And you'll be like, stop repelling, baby. You know what I'm saying? And she can be like, oh, you're going to start DJing. That's what it's like. It's like they DJing. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of you. Mixing, playing the hits. All right. Taking requests. And that's what Thought Repellent comes in. Right? So the problem is, it costs a lot of money to develop such a product. We had to use a lot of technology. We had AI and geneticists, and it was a lot going on. And to really get this developed, to get this out to the public, I only have a few bottles for myself, right? But I need it. I need it. Look at me, man. I need it, right? If you want it, if you feel like you need it, then you got to contribute to the fund, man. Because for us to mass produce it for the world, we're going to need some more funds. And I ain't want to go on Shark Tank. I ain't want to get no venture capitalists. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to go to Wall Street. I wanted to go straight to the victinators, man. Because I only want to be held accountable by you, right? So all your super chats go towards development of Thought Repellent. We're about 2 weeks away. About 2 weeks, right? About 2 weeks away from having this out. Hope maybe sooner. We might be able to, if we get enough super chats, we might be able to have this out, Thought Repellent out by Halloween. That's very important. because the thoughts they can hide underneath the mask and blend in with the regular hoes. You know what I'm saying? The hoes can blend in with the bitches, and now you don't know who you're fucking with. You think you got a regular girl? It was a costume. It was a thought dressed up like a good girl. Or, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna know? Unless you got thyroid. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna be safe. And I'm gonna be trick-or-treating with my son. I'm gonna spray him down with it so no little thoughts get to him. Yeah. Hey man, it's like that. So all your super chats gonna go towards development of thyroid repellent. And I think some heroes have already contributed to the fund. Now, listen, Nima's gonna read it instead of my girlfriend now. All right.
All right.
Let's wish him luck. I'm just playing now. He can read. Nima reads and writes English better than me. All right, let's go.
We got Leonardo back with $20.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, boss? How do you get used to different time zones when traveling?
How do you get used to different time zones when traveling? Good question, Leonardo. Here's the thing. I try my hardest not to ever leave Eastern Standard Time because that's the fucking money time. The world runs on Eastern Standard Time. Earth runs on Eastern Standard Time. Everyone else kind of adjusts to us, you know? So I try not to leave. Now, sometimes I have to if I go to motherfucking, so I be in Chicago sometimes and I got to go to Central Time, like, ugh. But it's not so bad. But if I got to go to the West Coast, shit. Going there is fine. It's coming back. It's almost like when you come back from the West Coast, it's kind of intense. What I do is I just get right back on schedule. Or if I go to London, or Europe, well, what's important to me is really just going out of my way to get back on track as soon as I get back home. So it might mean I'm tired for one day. And that's typically what it means. Like one day I'm tired. I keep this is not advice, but I have some emergency Adderall in the crib. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm tired one day, it's like, hey man, that's what them, in case of emergency, break glass. Like I was gonna tell you some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But like, fuck man, let me just tell them the real shit. I don't take it every day. I don't take it every week. I don't take it every month. It's like some emergency shit. It's just if the shit hits the fan and I need it, hey man, that's what time it is, It's not advice, but you ask what I do. I don't know if you ask what you should do. You ask what I should do. All right, but anyway, I don't know if that was helpful or not. That's not advice. YouTube moderators, I did not tell these motherfuckers to do that. If you're watching, I don't think anyone should do that. I don't think I should do it. YouTube moderators, just so you know, I think I'm a bad person. Don't copy off of me. Oh, before we get into the teachings today, something happened today, man. This shit is crazy. Hold up, let me break this shit down. Hold on. Some wild shit happened. Y'all heard about the scandal in the NBA? Hold on. Let me bring it up, man. Oh, it wants to bring up NBA young boy. That's not what I'm talking about. He's doing just fine. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Let me see which one I'll bring up. I know it's CNN fake news, but we gonna fuck, man. Why I got all this? Why can't I just bring up the news without a bunch of fucking ads, bro? It's like it's mostly ad. Hold up, man. It's like all ad. How do I even get rid of that?
It's just ad blocker.
That's not cool. I have it on the other one. This is intense. Hold on, man. Now Chrome just shut down. What the fuck is happening? All right, guys, this is why a lot of people don't do this shit live. Okay, read DeMarcus's super chat while I try to figure this shit out.
Okay, we got Denarius.
Oh, Denarius, that's even better than what I said.
He says, "Yo, Kinkito, I'm 30. Oh my god!
What are you about to say? What are you about to say?
He wants to say
What did he say? He's 30. What?
he's 30, living paycheck to paycheck. How can I not be in this situation 5 years from now? First, do a spell check, bro.
What did he say? Oh, there's your. Let me no. Read it how
Read
he
it
wrote
how-
it.
okay.
Read it how he wrote it.
Okay. Yo, Kinkito, I'm 30, lavesg, paycheck to paychecks. How can I not be in this situation 5 years from now?
There's your problem. What's his name? The
Denarius.
Denarius. I bet you any amount of money. I bet my fucking house. I bet every fucking dollar I have, every fucking dollar I can find, borrow, or steal, that denarius is black. They ain't making white denariuses. Of that, I assure you. I ain't never met a white denarius, and I'll never meet a white denarius. All right.
Speaking Spanish and English simultaneously.
All right, man. All right. So he's 30. He's loving his paycheck to paycheck. And he wants to know how he cannot be situation 5 years from now. Yeah, all right, man. So yo, I'm fucking with you, Denarius. You probably just typing fast. YouTube autocorrect, bro. That don't sound like autocorrect, homie. That sound like man, you I'd have believed it if you said YouTube auto fuck up. Cause it ain't correct. If that was the correction, that shit was all fucked up before. If it fixed it to be that, it must have been really bad. Okay. I'm fucking with you, man. I'm fucking with you. You're gonna see me write later in this Yo, they get funny. They're gonna see me write something, and they'll be like, "I know this motherfucker wasn't talking shit." My handwriting looked like a motherfucking fucking retarded top. I shouldn't have said that. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, now. Tuesday if you have an episode.
We're gonna see, huh? Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. That's they're gonna see me write, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's a special needs toddler who tried acid for the first time." That's what his handwriting looks like, and he was making fun of Denarius Smith. This motherfucker got a lot of nerve. All right. All right, so you're living paycheck to paycheck. At least that we believe that's what that said. All right. And you want to get out 5 years from now. All right, man. Sounds like you need some more paychecks. You know what I'm saying? If you live in paycheck to paycheck, we need to get you some more paychecks. What I mean by that, yo, get another job. I've been broke, Denarius. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people look at me and be like, "Oh, Brandon, you're covered in diamonds." And you live in a sky palace overlooking the Atlantic Ocean with 4 balconies and a private elevator and you have 30 slaves, employees that work for you. And they think I was like born like that, but I've been broke, Denarius. And when I was broke, it was during the financial crisis. That's when my father blew his brains out. And then the global economy collapsed, man. And this is exactly what I did, homie. This is exactly what he did. All right. I started working, man, like 80 hours a week. 80 at least. It was the minimum. I used to wake up at 4 a.m., train people in the morning, shower at the gym. Then I would go do motherfucking work security at the Prada store for 8 hours. And after that, I'll work for a moving company for a few hours, like do one moving job. And then on the weekends, I would train people in the morning. And then I worked the rest of the day as a weekend manager of a barbecue restaurant in Queens. And yo, that's actually what I did, homie. Like I straight up just worked. And both those years during the financial recession, right after my father killed himself, during the worst recession since the Depression, I fucking you was a kid when that happened, bro. You was mad young. How he's 30, man. Nima, you Asian. Do some quick math. He's 30, man. How old was he in 2008?
2008.
You can't do any head. Oh, you ain't that kind of Asian. You oil Asian, not math Asian. He was what? 2008. Yeah. Okay, 18. Yes. Come on now. You got this. 12. He was 12, so he don't remember the financial recession, man. He was playing with fucking G.I. Joes or whatever kids was playing. Roblox. I don't think Roblox was out. But I don't know what kids was doing in 2008. I'm not R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And but anyway, I was an adult male and I just worked, bro. I just worked. That's what you got to use. So how do you extrapolate that to your own life? Denarius is you gotta get a second job, man. Or a fucking second, third job, work on the weekends, get a part-time job after your job, right? And then you stack up some bread. And then now you're going to be making more money than you spend, right? And what you want to do is you want to keep your expenses low. What motherfuckers do is they start making some money and then they immediately increase their expenses. Like immediately, That's not what you do, right? First of all, you can keep your expenses as low as possible. And you're gonna save up 6 months of expenses, right? Put that aside. Boom. Put that aside. High yield savings, right? And then now you need to be working twice as much as you are. I know you're not working 80 hours a week. I know it. I know it with my whole heart. I never met nobody working 80 hours a week who's still living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there, man, but that motherfucker's stupid. All right, you don't have to do that. His expenses are too high, or his wages are too low, or he's a fucking migrant or some shit. Then after that, then you start putting aside, investing the money you make over everything over your expenses. Once you have your emergency fund, right? That's 6 months of savings. Boom. Everything you make over your investment, over your initial expenses, you invest that either in stocks, real estate, or your own business. And that's how you're gonna get out. That's how you're gonna get out of it, man. You're gonna have to claw your way out of it, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no disposable income to do anything. That's what you need to do, Playboy. That's it. That's the game plan, Delarius. And one of the first things you want to get is a pro subscription to Grammarly. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll do that correction for you, right? You could just press tab. I live in that shit. You're gonna see some of it later today, probably. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. All right. So I want to fucking, y'all heard about this NBA gambling scandal? Before we get into any of this shit, man, let me see if I can bring it up without all the fucking ads. Hold on, this is not what I want. You gotta see this shit, man. I want to get it like there's a dude from Miami Heat. That's why it's Terry Rozier. All right, so check this out, man. Yeah, you can show the screen. All right, so Cash Crazy Eye Patel. Cash be looking crazy, man. Anyway, no, I don't want to subscribe to this shit. You got me all the way fucked up. All right. So basically, Cash Patel from the NBA, from the FBI. Yo, he's short. Damn. Did y'all know the Cash Patel was this short? This motherfucker is tiny. Anyway, he came out talking about how NBA coach Chauncey Billups, he's been betting and throwing games, working with the mafia, doing mafia-backed sporting schemes. That's crazy, right? And then also Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat, He's being investigated because he allegedly threw some games. He threw some games while he was and while while a lot of people were betting against him, like they had bets on him having a poor performance, and on those games, man, it was like an unusual amount of poor performance. Right. So the FBI said, "Hey, man, okay, right." There was an unusual, allegedly, according to the FBI, Cash Patel, and them, they're saying that there was an unusual amount of betting around Terry fucking up during games. And on those games, he was fucking up. Right now, don't show this. I'm not saying Terry is guilty. I don't know. But I will show you some compelling. I will show you something. I'm just going to show you some evidence. This is why people don't do it live. Just bear with me. You guys want to see this. I'm not saying he's guilty, but I am saying, hold on, let me just bring this up. I don't know how to close this. All right, let me go back. Yeah, sure. I'm not saying he's guilty, but I am. I do want to show you that pass. Let's just watch some of his gameplay. What do y'all think? Airball? You know? Look, man, I'm not saying he's guilty, but there's something about moving to Miami that makes motherfuckers want to start scamming. I do know that. There's something about moving to Miami that just makes you kind of want to do crime. And I think this might be a reflection of that, you know? I think this is some compelling evidence, personally. That was like the third error ball. Watch this. Watch. Oh. It's the next one. It's this one right here. Look at this pass. Hey, man, I don't know. I'm sure the FBI. Listen, one thing I know about Cash Patel, he won't stop until he finds the truth. Look how well he handled the Epstein files. All I gotta say is if Cash Patel handles this the way he handled the Epstein files, Terry gonna be playing by tomorrow night. Terry gonna be back in the lineup by the end of this week. Anyway, man, yeah. Hey guys, let's talk about making some money, man. Let's do it. Play one more time. I've made millions and millions of dollars, and I've helped other people make millions and millions of dollars. I have friends who have made millions and millions of dollars, and the one thing that unites us all, the one habit that if you adopt it, there's one habit that if you adopt it will benefit you and help you move closer to that goal as well. And that is moving fast. Top speed. You motherfuckers is slow. And I don't mean mentally. I ain't calling you the R word. I mean, you just don't move fast enough, you know? We was all told that story when we was a kid about the tortoise and the hare. Stupid name. Should have just called it the turtle and the rabbit. But whatever. The tortoise and the hare, and the turtle slow and steady and wins the race. Yo, that's some bullshit, man. That's some shit. That's some bullshit that another poor motherfucker taught you. You believed it, now you poor. All right. Speed wins the race. Let me explain why. Hold on. I say all that, then I move all slow with the fucking iPad. Speed move wins the race. All right. Okay. All right. Check this out. This is going to be. This line is going to represent. Okay. So check out this. Oh, fuck. Shouldn't have did it like that. Here's why speed is so important. The older you get, the more difficult life becomes. When you're first born, soon as you're born, it's super easy. Everybody's taking care of you. You ain't got to do shit. You can just shit your pants. You cry, they give you some titty milk, and then you won't be hungry no more. You want to go to sleep, you can just do it anytime, any place. It don't matter what the fuck else is going on. If you want to sleep, you can just do it. You know, you want to take a shit, man, take a shit right where you are, man. This motherfucker gonna clean it up. You get a little older, now you got to learn shit in a potty. You know, now you got responsibilities. Now they looking at you crazy when you shit on yourself. You know, you got to start chewing food. You know, you got, and it's just a little bit more difficult, right? Then you got to go to school, right? Now you got to do homework. You got to learn shit. You got to navigate the interdynamics of playground dominance hierarchies. You got to learn to deal with other people, right? And then you got high school. Then you got high school and college. Then you got high school. That's more difficult. You got to get good grades in high school so you can go to college or whatever, you know. It's just more difficult. Then you got to get a part-time job to pay for college because it's so expensive. Then you got to get a real job. Then you got to find some bitch to mate with you. And then y'all have a little baby who's shitting on herself. Now you responsible for this motherfucker, right? Life keeps getting more difficult as you age. It keeps getting more difficult as you age. And it doesn't stop, right? The problem is some of you motherfuckers, your skill level does not improve at the same rate as life becomes more difficult. Right, this blue line represents your skill level, right? This green line represents your skill level. And then you have a deficit between how difficult life is and how skillful you are. These are, and people, and if you find yourself in this zone, this is where you end up homeless. This is where you end up homeless or maybe just poor. These are your drug addicts. All the jokes I'm coming with are going to get me fucking demonetized. I got some good ones, man, but you can't say. We'd have to start a Patreon for some of these motherfucking jokes that are coming to my head. But these are your homeless people, you know, your fucking poor people. Guys,
are you not entertained?
Oh,
are you not entertained?
That was an accident. Your poor people, your homeless people, niggas who marry fat bitches, you know, losers, right? However, if you move fast, right, what happens is you start improving faster than life gets difficult, right? And these are your winners. People who end up in this who have improved faster than life became difficult. These are your A students, your fucking multimillionaires, your ballers, shot callers, bald, light-skinned, muscular YouTubers. Winners. And and this is why it's important to move fast, because you have to improve faster, right? You have to improve faster than life gets difficult. But also on a that's the macro level. On a micro level, if we just talk about making money, if we're just talking about making money, oh fuck, I need to improve faster with this shit. All right. On a micro level, if we're just talking about making money, Jesus, right? Every month you got bills. You got bills you got to pay every month. Every month you got bills you got to pay, right? And your actual not yeah, every month you got to pay, you got bills you got to pay, right? Every month, right? However, if you make more money than your bills, this is not the best graph for that. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to let the editors figure it out in post. All right. Every month you have bills, right? You have expenses you got to pay, your rent or mortgage, your phone bill, groceries, child support, right? You got all these things you got to pay every month. You got to pay these bills every month, right? For you to have financial abundance, that means that each month you have to make more money than your expenses, right? And that's how I call this income velocity. Meaning if we're moving fast, making money fast each month, right? Then we can outpace the bills that come each month. Because everybody got bills. Every adult has bills, right? And if you can make money fast enough each month, keep flipping money fast enough each month to outpace the bills, then you can have a financial surplus. And the way you get rich, make no mistake, is to make more money than you spend and invest the difference. And if you do that over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. And this is why it's important, critical to move fast when it comes to making money, when it comes to building business, when it comes to success in general. And I'm going to break down 7 tips. No, I'm going to break down 5 tips that will show you exactly how you can start moving faster, accomplishing your goals faster, making more money faster, or progressing in anything or progressing in any endeavor that you take on. Right? If you follow all 5 of these tips, you will outrun poverty, outrun the bills, and you'll get better faster than life gets difficult. I'm gonna leave you on that cliffhanger right now because I'm gonna give you those 5 tips right after we do the market update with the homie Young Candlestick. Yo, you know what it is? Yo, this is your boy, Big Brandon Carter. I am here with the market update with the homie Greg, aka Young Candlestick. Yo, this man's a certified chart market. What do you call it? Chart technician.
Chartered market technician.
Chartered market technician. And he passed his Series 65. All right.
That was a hard test. That was a hard one.
Hey man, you ain't got to tell me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to never mind. The jokes are moving faster than my mental edit is coming. I was about to make a joke about a Series 69 with my girl. It was going to be funny, but I was like, I didn't have no, Greg, don't do it. Let's go. Let's talk about the market. Let's talk about the market. Well,
we're gonna go fast today, okay? We've got a seesaw market. Red, green, but it just slowly inches higher. So basically the bears are cooked in the short term. Okay. So looking at this chart, it looks bullish at face value. Yesterday was a big bearish day. It recovered towards the end of the day. Today we got a gap up and we just are grinding higher. The algorithms are really in control of this market. If you've been trading for a number of years, I've been trading for 9 years, and you can just tell when algos are taking control. That it's really whippy. There's like wicks on both directions. And these algos, when you're above these moving averages, they really don't want to sell it. They're going to keep buying these tiny little dips, and then they're going to not really let it explosively break out. So it was a really good day futures trading today. Just buy the dip, set your stop underneath the dip, and then take profits into the rip. Short term, I'm bullish. Medium term, though, the market has a lot of risks in it, okay? If it starts coming underneath these moving averages, that's when the algorithms are going to start to consistently sell, okay? So this moving average right here is the 21 exponential moving average, okay? That's the blue line. If it comes underneath that, starts closing days or weeks underneath this blue line, that's where we'd see a bit more sell side activity. For now, though, no problem whatsoever. You know, Tesla is a big risk on asset, and Tesla is actually gapping down on their earnings report, but they bought the dip. I had an alert to buy Tesla at 413.42, got as low as 413.90. So it didn't trigger. That's fine though. Tesla, really strong. Tesla looks bullish moving forward. I wouldn't necessarily buy it up here for a short-term trade, but longer-term Tesla looks okay. All right. Lately I've been crushing it on NASDAQ at NDX.
Hold on real quick. I want to hear all about NASDAQ. If y'all have questions about any stock, ETF, cryptocurrency, any finance shit, you know what I'm saying? Leave a super chat. Greg can answer it. All right, let's go. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So,
Greg, you have a question. Let's wait a second.
Okay. I post a lot of different trade ideas throughout the day for Victory Trades members. Usually these are riskier though. You know, I'm not trying to risk members losing $700, $1,000 on a single trade, but I do post each and every day an index option trade. And today's post was an iron condor on NDX. I said, hey, you're risking $590 to make 410 if NDX can close within the white box. We closed perfectly within the white box. I made over $2,000, risking about $700 total today. And so you really
did you text that to me?
Yeah. See, do you want me to start texting them? They are risky. They don't always hit. Okay, I'll start texting them to you, Brandon. At that point though, it should be a trade alert. But NASDAQ,
you know, only text me the alerts. I don't want to I don't want to go too crazy.
When it comes to NASDAQ, they have $10 wide spreads, and you can take these butterfly trades where you risk like $80 and it can turn into $1,000 if it lands. The problem is there's only an 8% chance you're going to make $1,000. There's a 92% chance you're going to lose $80. But if you can tailor that with AI, you can use technical analysis, order flow analysis, option analysis, you can get some of these butterfly wins. You know, Prezi and Allen, they take these butterfly trades all the time, and the payout is huge. It's 10x. And so the risk to reward is really high, but the probability of profit is low. But if you can increase that probability of profit, you can get some really nice wins. Okay. So I encourage you guys to learn butterflies. You know, you don't have to be a huge options nerd, but I teach that in Victory Trades. Okay. Next up is gold. Waiting for a bigger dip on gold. I think it could consolidate and go sideways short term. Long term, I'm bullish gold. Short term, it's looking a little bit bearish. Okay. Russell, RUT. This is a little bit weaker. I also had a Russell butterfly, $80 into 260. But
Russell was the Russell 2000, right?
Yep. So these are small caps. So I am short on small caps going into October 30th. Okay. So I am expecting by October 30th, we're going to be a bit lower. If it's not, I'm going to take a loss on the trade. That's totally cool. All right. If you're looking for a trade or a stock to wheel, AG looks pretty good. You know, sell cash secured puts, get assigned, sell covered calls. That's not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. Okay. So AG, on Tuesday, I said, hey, I'm long on Meta. From the 728 level. Yesterday, you had a chance to get a better deal than me. Today, took profits at the high of the day on Meta. Members made 50% in just 3 days on Meta. So Meta is a strong stock. We were talking about that in a bit. It was just a short-term trade. We took profits on Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat went nuts, you guys. Beyond Meat stock went from 50 cents all the way up to $8.86, then crashed yesterday. So you don't want to overstay your welcome in these shit stocks. You know, get in, get your money, get out. Don't marry.
You know what I'm saying? You can't stay on the meat.
No, it can't stay on the meat. These are one night stands with the meat.
Hey yo.
Okay. So
I stayed out of that trade, man. That wasn't for me.
That's fine. That's totally cool. You know, there's so many trades coming.
Man, everybody, it's not the 90s. You can get whatever you want to do it. You guys can do whatever you want, man. If y'all wanted to ride the meat, do it. Hey, that's not none of my business.
You didn't want to ride the meat. That's totally fine.
No, that's not none of I'm not into it. That's not my thing. That's not my thing. It's not my thing. All right. Go ahead.
So those are the next. I'm going to leave you with 2 trade ideas, and then I'll break down your guys' stocks. And then I've got to get to a football party at the gym. And I also got to pick up my girl from there.
What? None of that shit sounds real.
It is a football
party at the gym.
The Vikings are
girlfriend.
Playing.
No, I mean, like, none of that sounds real.
It is.
Your girl's going to be at a football party at the gym.
Yep. Well,
that
she's working. She's working there right now.
No, that just sounded like a run-on sentence. That just sounded like a run-on lie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Your girl do be working out, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
For sure. All right, let's keep going.
If you guys are looking for a trade, I'm liking Reddit short. I'd like to wait till after earnings, but Reddit short, this is a low base, kind of like a bear flag. So Reddit short, Reddit put debit spreads kind of trigger underneath this like $185 per share area. Okay. That's not financial advice. Stop on that trade would be that 21 EMA on the daily. So maybe above 212. So that's a potential trade idea. And then another one is the home builders. I'd like to potentially get short on the home builders for the next few months. Okay. Don't have a lot else to say. You know, swing trading's kind of choppy right now. The money's in the day trades. Victory Trades members are crushing it on index options. Got some funded accounts. You know,
we killing it in Victory Trades, man.
Oh, I know.
I had to leave early from the trading session, but I called out a fucking banger ass trade for the members. So we trade live, and I call out my trades. I tell them exactly where I'm buying, where I'm selling. And we trade futures, NASDAQ futures.
Yep.
And killed it this morning.
You crushed it. It's
some other wins from the Victor Natives. If y'all want to join the Victory Trades, you can trade with us live every morning. We trade futures. And you get Greg's trade alerts straight to your phone every day.
You can see what the trade alerts look like over here. So like, hey, I'm giving Beyond Meat updates. Here's take profits on RGTI. I'm alerting members, hey, Beyond is breaking out, you know? You can see some extra trades. Crushed the SPX bear call credit spread. That made $250 yesterday.
Come on.
Meta exit. So I tell you what I'm buying, how much I'm buying, and then when I'm exiting. And then occasionally I'll give updates on the trade alerts. So I'm always there for you. I manage it for you.
Come on, man. Join Victory Trades. The link is in the description if that's something you're interested in. You got a question? I got to urinate. I've been holding it.
I'll answer the question and then we'll wrap up the market.
Oh, he doesn't have questions? Oh, he doesn't have a question. All right.
Hey, that's totally
guess
fine.
I don't get to pee today. All right. Listen, I got a question. Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. So Netflix was one of the few earnings trades I actually took a loss on. I took a bullish put credit spread and just exited that the other day. But Netflix coming right into the 200-day moving average, okay? Right into the 200-day. Maybe it's a short-term dip. I wouldn't buy it personally. I like buying deep oversold. It's only mildly oversold with the objective RSI saying 35. It's an okay stock long-term, but not my favorite. I don't think Netflix is going to change the world, but, you know, it's a good recurring revenue subscription model. There's some support, you know, on Netflix near like the 950 zone, a big cluster there before a breakout. I'm not saying it's going to drop to 950, but it might be worth a stab for a short-term trade there. But Netflix is kind of just like an indicator for me. Like You look at the Mag 7 stocks, the Magnificent 7. You look at Netflix, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. You look at all of Microsoft, Meta. You look at all those stocks and see what kind of formation that they're in. And if they're looking bullish, that helps you take those NQ longs, If they're looking bearish, you can take more of those NQ shorts. So I use Netflix more so as an indicator rather than a stock that, I'm going to hop in and out of. And I'm not really a big fan of investing in it. That's my thoughts on it. What do you think?
I feel like I have a support level like around 1,060. I feel like I feel like
1062. That's the next support. If it got there tomorrow, that's a dip buy.
Yeah, I'm thinking right. Like if it goes down there, I'm thinking like buy that shit up.
Yeah, I mean for a short term trade, it's not like the strongest stock. It's not the weakest stock. It's just kind of like flat,
Yeah, I like it. Also, man, what's up with how you still? I know you were long Home Depot for a minute.
I was short Home Depot, and I took.
My fault.
On that. I was short Home Depot. I could have held a lot longer. I'd be neutral / bearish still on Home Depot as long as it's underneath that 21-day EMA, underneath these trend lines. I'd be neutral to bearish on Home Depot.
All right. Yo, listen. Remember, we ran it up on Celsius.
We
made a lot of money on Celsius. It's looking like Celsius might want to come back into play.
I'd say yes, but the fair value of the stock is $36 a share. And so because it's up there at 62, it's kind of like, I really don't want to take any long trades on it. That's just me. It certainly can continue this uptrend. It's riding above the moving averages. Looks fine. There's a mild bearish divergence right here where RSI makes a lower high.
See, that's why I asked you.
I would just say your money's better in cash than going long or short.
Anywhere. All right, cool. Yo, Garmin. I've been fucking with them nerd fitness watches. You know what I'm saying? Is that all they make is fitness watches?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
I'm sure they have some. What does the Analyze tab have to say about that? Develops, manufactures, markets, and distributes a range of wireless devices worldwide. The company offers running and multi-sport watches, cycling products, smartwatch devices, scales, and monitors. Okay.
Cool. All right. What's up with what are we doing with that, man? What you think? So it looks like it's like if you look on a weekly chart, it looks better than SPY almost.
Oh yeah, much. It's got relative strength. So what I'm looking at is that there's just this tiny range right here. 255 is the high points and 245 is the low points. It'd be a short-term bearish underneath 245, short-term bullish above 255. It does have earnings, so you kind of have to either gamble on it or just stay away. I'm personally just going to stay away. If it can break above and hold above 253, that could be short-term bullish, but it's got a breakdown candle high at 258, and then it's got all-time high resistance. This was a bull flag false breakout. So this is a rally flag breakout straight into a false breakout. So the false breakout is continuing its false breakout until and unless it gets back above there, but it's a messy chart. It's really messy.
All right, you got some questions.
Let's check it out. What do we got?
We got Leonardo. Yo, Greg, what do you think
what up, Leo?
of commodities like silver or gold?
It's good to hear your voice, Nima. I like it. Yeah, let's check it out. So let's check out SLV. So here's my thesis on gold and silver. Long term, I'm bullish. Short term, it does have some risks. Okay. That's my thesis as of right now. You have this big ass gap down, and now we're kind of just in this choppy range. So what I think, if I had to predict, which anything can happen, day by day, my analysis will change. I think it probably goes sideways and then probably a little bit lower, and then it resumes a choppy uptrend, but it won't be as explosive as this initial uptrend. That's my forecast. Anything can happen though.
I still like gold, man.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. Like it wouldn't be the best. It wouldn't be the best. I feel comfortable buying gold right now.
Yeah. So if you're taking like a short-term trade, you can buy right here, and then you can just risk off of this wick. Stop loss right underneath that wick, buy right there, and then see if it can't retrace to 4,300 is going to be resistance 1. That's going to be something like 4,400 is going to be R2. And then from there, it's just no resistance, straight up.
Listen, I think gold's going to keep going, personally.
Yeah, I do too. I just I would get like 2028 spreads, bullish spreads. For the futures trades, you gotta kind of be on point with those entries.
You got to be on point with it. Otherwise, you got to like buy. They're going to ship you bricks of gold or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's if you take delivery. That'd be pretty interesting.
All right. You got another one.
Yep. Freedom Lands is asking, do you care about fundamentals?
Yeah. So I like to pick my stocks fundamentally and then trade them technically. So Brandon's asking about Celsius. I'm saying, yeah, it's in an uptrend right now, but it's fundamentally overvalued right now by traditional fair value metrics. So I'm just going to kind of stay away. That's why I'm not investing in Beyond Meat. I'm trading Beyond Meat.
Yeah. I don't really like the trade shit that I don't like. Like, you notice like when I ask you questions about companies, they're good companies. They're companies that if you bought them today, everything I ask you, if you bought it today and held it for 10 years, you'd probably be straight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, definitely.
And if I'm asking you for shorts, I'm asking you for like legit shit companies, like some companies I think suck, like DocuSign.
Definitely. The way to look at it is the longer your time horizon, the more fundamentals matter. In the short term, though, fundamentals don't matter all that much. It's really more driven by supply and demand. Okay. But fundamentals will kind of be that backbone for your investments in the long run. But fundamentals matter more on a longer time horizon. That's pretty much it.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. What about, just real quick, Bitcoin?
Yeah, let's check it out. Speaking of fundamentals, it's just kind of chopping. Again, I would be slightly bullish if it could break back above 115K. Long term, I'm bull. Short term, if this starts to lose like the 200-day around this like 104K, I think it can drop fast down to like 90K, 80K. Buy with 3 or 4 hands if it gets down to 70K.
If it gets down to 70, man. Yeah. If it gets down to 70, I'm dumping everything in it, man.
I mean, that's where the IBIT leap call options come into play. So you can go out to something like 2028 January and just do something like buy the 80 call. It's going to cost you $1,700 for one call. If Bitcoin's going to hit 5 million, this call option's gonna make you like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand.
I was talking today with a dude, man, he's a big crypto investor, and what he does is he runs one of the largest crypto research firms in the world. Like Coinbase is one of his customers. Coinbase pays him for research. Him and his team for research. And he said that he predicts that we have this Bitcoin bull run is going to last for another 12 months.
12 months. Okay, that's actually not a long time.
That's what he said. It's exactly the bull run, right? Because it goes in cycles. So, he predicts it. And he says that Bitcoin follows gold by, what do you say, 30 days, Nima? So Bitcoin kind of follows gold, like it does what gold did, but 30 days later. So let's say that's the case. You looking exactly what I'm looking at, right? Yeah.
So these are the daily charts. So here's where we can see kind of a correlate. Actually, here's what I'm going to also do. I'm going to pull up a correlation study. So if you have Thinkorswim, you can type in correlation. This is some nerd shit, but it's good for you. Okay. And then correlation, right now it's correlated to SPX. I'm going to correlate it to GLD. Okay. So gold. Now the bottom of the chart, it's going to show when it's correlated to gold. So when it's towards the top end of the range, that's where it's matching and mirroring gold. Okay, so right now it's kind of decoupling from gold, but it's starting to get more correlated.
So gold. I'm saying now might be a good if what that guy says is true, then now it's probably based off his analysis, now's a good time to buy gold. I mean Bitcoin.
Yeah, the question, so 30 days. So gold right now has dropped like 7 to 8% right now. So 30 days ago, that would be, let's just say early October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just at all-time highs. So was Bitcoin, I guess.
Yeah. Bitcoin was at all-time highs. It's tough to see the correlations really in depth. That is interesting though. The question then becomes, because gold, if I'm short-term neutral to bearish, what does that mean for Bitcoin?
That's what you mean. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
This is some food for thought. I actually need to like really sit down and like nerd out, talk with some other money managers, see what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I'll shoot some texts tomorrow.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about
30 days. But 30 days ago, right? 30 days ago, gold was not at all. Well, it wasn't at its all-time high. It's just coming off its all-time high.
Yeah. I mean, gold was just at all-time highs about four days ago.
That's what I'm saying. So 20. So according to the dude, there's motherfucking there's 26 days until Bitcoin hits all-time highs again.
It could be. Let's see. We'll have to check back in 26 days.
Yeah, write that down. Put a Google alert.
Yeah. So, gold and Bitcoin are going to be moderately correlated. They're both hedges against inflation. They're both an alternative asset class or a store of value from the dollar. Gold has outperformed Bitcoin this year, but Bitcoin has outperformed gold in the past like 10, 20 years. It's gotten straight the hell up.
We're good. My last one.
Yeah, what's up?
Microsoft is, if you look on the weekly chart of Microsoft, that looks like a high base to me, kind of, on a weekly chart, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's that.
That's the symmetrical triangle, huh?
Yep, it's still bullish. It's still the same thing.
That's a pennant. That's a bull pennant. And now earnings is on the 29th. What we doing?
I'm gonna wrangle with AI. AI was wrong on Netflix, but it was dead accurate on Tesla. AI said that Tesla was going to open up at 420 and it was going to finish the week above 445. So it opened up at it opened up at 420, sold down to 413, rallied up to 448. I'm going to see what AI says about Microsoft. And whichever way it breaks, it could be bigger than normal because of the pennant. So what you do is you'd look at the expected move. So next week, Microsoft, October 31st, expected move is $26. You could do like a strangle or a straddle. You could like buy a call, buy a put.
Oh yeah.
That's an idea.
I think a straddle would be really good because then it's like all it's got to do is move a lot in either direction, right?
Yep. And you could even weight it more bullish because we're a little bit more bullish. Microsoft, you could do like a bullish call spread, like a wide bullish call spread, and then a tight bearish put spread. That way, if it goes up, you make a ton of money. If it goes down, you just lose nothing.
Bro, I think that's easy money, man.
Yeah.
Like I think a strangle on Microsoft over earnings is easy money. I think it's gonna go crazy one way or another.
Expected move is $26. I mean, and it's been in a low volatility environment right now. So yeah, it totally could. I'll check back. I'll text you when I take the Microsoft gamble.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Guys, if y'all want to trade with us, you can trade with us live every morning with Join Victory Trades. You also get Greg's trade alerts, options, strategies, and shit to your phone right away. It's dope. Join Victory Trades. Links is in the description. All right, Greg. Thanks.
Peace out. See you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, I think there's some other super chats up in here.
Yes, sir. Let me put this up. Okay. We got Ray Ford Parker 9162 saying, "Yo, Brandon, what exercise got your calf to the next level? How many days a week? How many reps? Your calves are huge."
Oh, First of all, thank you so much. That means so much to me. But man, calves has always been a lagging body part for me. And what I did was, it was during the pandemic. I bought a calf machine for my crib. I had that shit in the living room, and in New York, and I did 8 sets. I did 8 sets of calf raises per day. I did the seated calf raises, 4 of those, and 4 sets of standing. And the goal is to do it every day, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way. But that's what really grew up, man. 8 sets of calf raises every day. You know what I'm saying? Some days I only get 4, right? But the goal is 8 sets every day. Like, honestly, it sounds intense, but the calves, the muscle fibers they're different kind of muscle fibers. They're like more robust, and they can get more they can take more volume than most body parts. Yeah, 8 sets. That's what worked for me. I'm not saying it worked for you, but you asked what I did. Mm-hmm.
It's out of context. It's saying, is it okay to work out with concussion?
I never had a concussion, man. I don't know if it's possible for me to concuss. Like, I just don't know if it's possible. Like, you know, historically, the answer is no. You know, I've definitely hit my head. Took some big hits, you know, been through a lot. Never had a concussion. So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask about that. If I was you, if I was you, I'd probably ask a medical professional, because nothing about my life really qualifies me to give you medical advice. And that sounds like medical advice. You know, I got a marketing degree, man. I ain't go to med school. You know, I ain't Dr. Carter. You know, I ain't Dr. Keto. I'm King Keto. You don't ask a king what to do. Yeah, I'm not going to the king and asking him, you know, to prescribe me medicine. Man, he can't even do that, depending on what country you live in. And but in America, the keto king, he can't really give you medical advice, man. So if I was you, I'd probably ask a professional. I hope you don't have a concussion. Hopefully you just joking. You know, is that a Pokemon? That's cool. That's cool. You know, I never seen Pokemon. Only thing I know about Pokemon is that Logan Paul buys the card, and that it's a character that, you know what I'm saying, that be in Smash, Super Smash. Like, I ain't never seen this shit.
It's its own whole.
It's his own thing, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Out of Context fucks with it, so that's cool.
Yep.
Thanks for them Canadian dollars.
Sir. We got the quinoa. He was actually asking about the baller mindset course. So the link is in the description, actually. And
yeah.
Let me know if it doesn't
People
work.
were saying there was something wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, the link is there and it's on WAP. Even if you go on WAP, you can literally search the baller mindset. It's going to show up.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah. And he's just donating $10 American.
Oh, American dollars.
Yep.
I'll take any kind of currency, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll take anything. I'll take American dollars, Canadian dollars, yen, Bitcoin, Ethereum, your daughters, whatever you got, man. Fucking sheep. Camels, man. Loaves of bread. I'll take anything that's used as a form of currency. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Nah, I was about to say something, but because I said something earlier, it can be misconstrued. So we're just gonna leave it there. All right.
Yeah, he's donating.
Someone can take the fucking the jokes out of context, and next thing you know, man, your fucking Twitter gets deleted. We're gonna call that catching a tape. You might catch a tape.
For the thought repellent, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All
All
right.
right. Or a Myron. Yeah, I ain't trying to catch a Myron out here. You're making videos for free. And then, you know, the worst thing they could have did, if they wanted to shut Myron up, man, because now he just does, he's gotten wilder. Yeah, man. Hey, man. I said, hey, that's my brother. You know what it's like being friends with Myron? I imagine that's how Kanye West friends feel. It's like every day, this motherfucker is like, oh, fuck. People's like hitting him up all the time. Man, will you hear your boy? I'm like, yeah, I heard it. I be having to defriend my friend. Why are you still friends with him? I'm like, look, man, you probably think some shit I don't agree with. You just don't say it. He says it. That's the difference between you and him. Anyway, he's always cool with me, you know. I guess, man. I don't know. Like, you know what? Here's the real answer. I got friends who have done way worse than said words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like way worse than said words. Like he ain't do nothing to no one. He just said he just says wild shit consistently. Right. So it's just words, right? If you were putting context, he's just saying words. Right. I got friends who I did not disavow who have like done some pretty foul gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of hypocritical to disavow someone for saying words when this motherfucker who's doing life in prison for a double homicide, I'm still cool with, you know? It's like selective outrage. You cool with the murderer, the convicted murderer, but you gonna not be cool with him for saying some words? Does that make sense? I don't know if that's a strong argument. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. As far as saying words, I don't give Myron I don't hate on Myron or any of my friends who say crazy shit because it's just words. I also don't give props, like crazy amount of props, like start naming shit after people who just said words either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like if a motherfucker all he ever did was say words, I don't know if we should start naming shit after him. I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? If all the motherfucker did was say words, then like, why is everybody so enthusiastic about it? You know, like. Anyway, let's get back into it. All right, before we left, we were talking about why you need to move fast and how I believe that moving fast is actually my fault, I got distracted. How moving fast is actually one of the key ingredients to success. In fact, moving fast may be the most important part of success, right? So I'm gonna break down 5 ways you can move fast to help you accomplish any of your goals in life, whether it's financial goals, life goals, any sort of advancement or achievement you want. Speed will be your ally. All right. First thing you need to do to move fast is avoid what I call the 3 B's. I learned this from one of my mentors growing up, one of my first mentors, right? He said, Brandon, you got to avoid I was in college and he owned a bus company, right? And I was doing some work for him and he said, one day we was doing something. And he said, one of the keys in life, avoid the 3 B's. He said, booze, bets, and babes. And when he said booze, he meant like all substances, mind-altering substances, recreational drugs, alcohol, because that can lead to the downfall of a lot of people. I used to manage fitness influencers and I would run their whole business, do all their marketing, spend money on the ads, build the funnels, write the copy, handle the customer service, help them put together their products. I would basically do everything for them and they would just make videos, right? And we would make them like way more money and we split the profits, right? And one of them, he was super fucking famous. Like he had millions of, every video he put out had millions of views. He had over 1 million subscribers, you know, and then he started doing recreational drugs. And he kind of, without being too descriptive, he kind of took a sharp turn in another direction and his life kind of unraveled. but it seemed as if the recreational drugs was the catalyst that brought him down. And he went from having like a lot of disposable income to basically being in a mental institution and having to kind of start over. And it seemed like he's bounced back since then. And, you know, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, you know, and I wish him luck, but it seemed as if the recreational drugs was the catalyst, right? And then, and I think we've seen this all the time. We've seen this many times, people. We all know people whose drugs was their downfall. Drugs or alcohol was their downfall. So you want to stay away from drugs because it slows. And the reason I bring that up because it slows you down. Being fucking high or being in rehab or in a mental institution like this guy, it slowed down the progress. Like this guy, he's been bouncing back now, but because he had to start over, he'd be so much farther if he would have just kept going. You know, he'd be so much farther right now. You know, I'm richer than I was when he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if he would have stayed on the path, he'd be richer too. You know, now I'm sure he's doing fine now, but I'm just saying he'd be way better. So that's what booze. Bets, gambling. I've seen gambling take people down. I've seen gambling take people down. Gambling was a big part of my dad's downfall, right? My dad, those of y'all know my father, he blew his brains out when I was like 24. And one of the things, man, he was addicted to gambling. He couldn't stop gambling, you know, and he like lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of money. I mean, there's times he won a lot of money. There's times he lost a lot of money. It was up and down all the time. And I don't think that, and I know for a fact that contributed to him taking his own life. Straight up. Had he not been gambling, had he been investing that money or, you know, or just more focused on his business or the shit he was doing, I mean, I'd probably still have a dad and he'd definitely have a whole lot more money. Because he'd be alive, right? You know, and then that money would have compounded over the last 20 years, you know, but, you know, you can't slow down. You can't keep, if you die, you definitely can't keep going. You can't go accomplishing your goals if you're dead. And then babes. And when he said babes, he meant not only having babies, but just like bitches in general, right? Nothing will fuck your life up faster than some bitch. I think all of y'all should be aware of that, you know, or if you're not aware of that, then you haven't met it. You don't have a lot of experience with women yet. And bitches will fuck your whole shit up 100%. They're mental terrorists. And you can't negotiate with terrorists. You can't negotiate with terrorists, man. And so they'll fuck your whole shit up. You know, this motherfuckers catch. For example, there was a baseball player, and he was about to get $100 million contract, and then some chick accused him of SA. But when they did the discovery, they found messages on her phone about how she was going to set him up. She found messages about they found videos of her the day before, the day she was supposedly SA, the day after, taking videos of him while he was asleep, laughing and smiling, you know, like doing a bunch of things that has led all of us to believe that that bitch was lying, right? And so he did not accomplish his goal. I mean, it just slowed down his progress. He's not even he had just won the Cy Young Award and he was about to get $100 million contract. And now he's not even playing professional baseball in the United States anymore, right? Bitches will fuck your whole shit up. Or having babies. Like babes could be babies. If you have a bunch of babies, you know, before you're ready. If you have babies when you're poor or before you're ready, then they'll be a bit of a nuisance. You know what I'm saying? Or at least nuisance might not be the right word. They're definitely going to slow you down as it pertains to your progress, because you got to spend a lot of time with kids. You got to spend a lot of money on kids. And if you're a young man trying to accomplish something and you have kids that are unplanned, right, and you're not ready for them, then they're not necessarily a blessing. Like children are a blessing if you're ready. Like when I had my son, he was planned. You know, I was financially stable. So I didn't consider it something that slowed me down. You know, it's been dope. I love being a dad. But had I had them 10 years earlier, it'd have been a motherfucking problem. And it would have slowed me down and I wouldn't have been able to get money as fast. You get what I'm saying? So stay away from the 3 B's so you don't want to slow down. But now that we got that out the way, we avoid the main things that'll slow you down. Now we have to speed up, right? You got your foot off the brake. Now, step 2 is going to help you put your foot on the gas. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you probably know what I'm about to say, because I say it to everyone who will listen all the time. You got to start planning every hour of every day in your calendar. Use Google Calendar and start planning every hour of every day. Because if you do that, you will accomplish way more than almost everyone you know. You guys waste so much time every day and you don't even know it. Like the days just get away from you, or you have all these goals and all these plans and you say, oh, I don't have time, I don't get to it. No, motherfucker, you haven't not made time in your calendar. If you start planning every hour of every day, you will run circles around almost everyone you know. Definitely all your competition, because almost nobody does it. Most people are not diligent with their time. Time is your most important asset. Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. Right? You guys are wasting time because you're not planning. You're freestyling your days. And think about that. Think about your favorite rapper. What's going to be better? If he just freestyles off the head, making shit up as he goes along, or if he sits down and writes his shit, right? Yeah, if he sits down and writes, takes the time and writes, plans out what he's going to say, and then says it. You guys are freestyling your days and expecting it to be good as like a day with a written plan. It cannot happen like that. It will not happen like that. Now, I have whole videos on this topic. I've talked about it ad nauseum. If you start doing this, I promise you, you will if you do this for 90 days, your whole life will change. Plan every hour of every day. When you're going to go to sleep, when you're going to have your meals, when you're going to work on your goals, when you're going to spend time with your friends, family. Not only will you have more time, not only will you accomplish more every day, you'll fuck around and enjoy life more, because you can put the things that you enjoy in the calendar, right? You can actually structure you can choreograph your life the way you want it. The calendar is a tool. Some people think about this and think it's restrictive. No, it's liberating. It's freedom. You'll probably, I enjoy life more because I plan everything in my calendar. I plan the fun shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go to this many basketball games. I put that shit in my calendar. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly how much time. I'm not guessing how much time I'm spending with my son every month. I know exactly. I can tell you exactly what it's going to be. It's in my calendar, right? My girl don't worry about, we don't spend enough time together. Motherfucker, that shit is in the calendar. I know exactly how much time I'm going to spend with her. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can choreograph your life. You can start enjoying life more, right? And you'll get more done, like way more done. You do not know. If you've never done this, you have no idea what the ceiling of your potential is. You have not scratched the surface until you have planned out every hour of every day. I promise you, you have way more potential than you think, way more potential than you can even imagine. And the only way to access that is to start planning every hour of every day in your calendar. I promise you, life will change. Life will change. All right. I started doing this shit when I was fucking in my mid-20s. I started doing this shit. I'm 43 now. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of other people who are my age who are fucking whatever. All right. I promise you, it's the number one key. I can't think of anything else that will improve your life more. I swear to God, I cannot think of anything that will improve your life more than this if you do it. All right. The next thing you need to do to move fast is to start working 80 hours a week. That's why I said plan your calendar first. A lot of you motherfuckers think, man, 80 hours a week, I can't do that. Hey, it's fine, bitch, nigga. It's all good. You just won't make as much money or be as successful as a person who's working twice as hard as you. That's okay. It's a little bit of a sacrifice, but if you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. I work probably more than 80 hours a week, right? And I don't have to sacrifice my health. I don't sacrifice my sleep. I don't sacrifice time with my loved ones because I did the step before this. I plan every hour, every day in my calendar, right? You can do it with ease and still enjoy life if you do it right. Because check this out. Let's say you sleep 8 hours a night, right? That's okay. No. There's 168 hours in every week. Let's say you sleep 80 hours. Let's say you sleep 8 hours per night. That's 56 hours per week, right? Now you're left with about 120 hours left. If you work 80 of those hours, now you're left with 32 hours each week. That's more than enough time to fuck around, do fun shit, spend time with your family, especially if you don't have like kids and shit. Fuck you talking about spending time with your family for? You talking about being with your mommy and daddy? Motherfucker, you an adult. Your family, your mom wants you to leave the nest, man. You spend too much time with your mom already. That's why you sound like a bitch right now. You know what I'm saying? You need to go out and be a man. You know, if you got kids, if you got like 18, 13 kids or some shit, then maybe you won't be able to work 80 hours a week. You might spend more time with your kids, you know, and that's cool. Like, don't blame your kids for your shortcomings, though. Don't ever say, hey, man, I got kids, I can't do it. Don't say that, because now what's happening is you're publicly blaming your shortcomings on your offspring. And there's nothing manly about that. Nothing manly about that, bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? I hope your kids never hear you saying, publicly telling people that they're the reason you can't succeed, bitch nigga. Knock it off. All right. For the rest of us, we're going to work 80 hours a week. You know, and here's the thing. If you do that, you will accomplish way more. I mean, just more output. You'll move faster because you're getting more reps. You're getting more output, and you'll learn faster too. You'll improve faster too. Because when let's say you want to get good at something, or what happens is you start doing it, right? You're probably going to fail the first time you do something. Nobody's good at anything the first time, right? You're going to fail, you're going to learn, and then you'll improve, right? So that's what's like: start, then this is where you fail. This is where you learn, and then you improve. Y'all might have to make a better version of that. Right? And this is what we call a feedback loop. Right? And what happens is, the faster you move, the more these feedback loops you get, and then you start improving faster and faster. This is how you get good at things fast. You keep going through this feedback loop over and over again. But if you're not working enough, if you're not getting enough reps, then you won't improve as fast as somebody who's getting more reps than you. You get what I'm saying? For example, someone asked me, hey man, how do you get good on camera when you're making videos? I have over 1,000 fucking videos. The first ones wasn't good. The first ones kind of sucked. They was awful. Right? And they improve and they keep getting better. And you're watching this one, it's amazing, right? But it came because I got thousands of reps, like literally thousands of reps. And I went through that feedback loop thousands and thousands of times, right? Of course, I'm gonna be better than a motherfucker who's doing it for his first time, right? So if you're working either at your goal or at a job or on your business, combined 8 hours a week, you're going to get way more feedback loops, and you're going to go through way more feedback loops. You're going to get better faster, so you improve faster. All right. The next thing you need to do, step 4, is you need to cut out time wasting habits. Now, I'm not telling you not to have fun. I'm telling you to cut out the bullshit. So when I first started working 80 hours a week, I didn't sacrifice my family. I didn't sacrifice my health. I did cut out the bullshit, right? I did cut out the bullshit. I wasn't going out to clubs. I wasn't going out partying. You know, I didn't see every movie that came out. I wasn't keeping up with every TV show. You motherfuckers is watching The Bachelor or some shit. You watching Love Island or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Wondering why you ain't got no fucking cash, man. You know? Wondering why you ain't coming up. I cut out the bullshit. Right? You know, and the beauty of this is, once you start planning every hour of every day in your calendar, this kind of happens automatically, because you're not going to plan the bullshit. Remember, you only got, if you're working 80 hours a week and you're planning every hour in your calendar, you're only going to have 36 hours left after 80 hours a week, and after 80 hours of work and 56 hours of sleep. You only have 32 fucking hours left. Do you really want to fill that with bullshit, or do you want to fill that with meaningful shit? Right? Me, I wanted to spending time with my family. I want to spending time with my girl. I want to do cool shit with my son, taking my son on adventures and shit, right? I'm not going to put in the calendar, watch motherfucking TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really watching sports and shit. But I'll put in, but I'm going to the Miami Heat game on Sunday, and I'm gonna sit on floor seats. Right. But a lot of that, it's in my calendar. I already know what's gonna happen. It's part of the 32 hours of recreation and shit. You know, like this should happen automatically. This kind of shit should happen automatically because you're not going to put in Call of Duty weed smoking sessions in your calendar. You're not going to put gooning in the calendar unless gooning is something that's really important for you, right? You know, I'm not going to tell you what to fill your 32 hours of leisure with, right? If gooning is important to you, I don't want to take that away from you. So whatever, man. Me, I like to sit floor seats at heat games. I like to take my son to amusement parks. I like to do cool shit with my girlfriend, my nieces and nephews. That's what I do in my free time. You might goon on your free time. I'm not making a judgment call. I'm just saying something's got to give. Something's going to have to give. And if video games and gooning is your thing, then maybe you put 30 hours of gooning in your calendar, man. You can still work 80 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? You can still do it as long as it's planned, right? And number 5, I was hesitant to put this on the list because I feel sometimes when people say this, I almost feel like these motherfuckers are just virtue signaling. And I don't know how much they mean it, but I mean it. And it's really prioritize your health, right? And the reason you want to prioritize health, because it's going to help you move faster, right? If you get sick, it's going to slow you down. Motherfuckers with the flu or the cancer, they ain't out here grinding. You know what I'm saying? They're not out here accomplishing their goals if you on your if you in the hospital or some shit, right? Or even if you're just sick. Like really prioritize your health. This means getting enough sleep, eating right. This means, working out. I prioritize working out. It's in my calendar, right? It's very important to prioritize health. If nothing else, even if it's not for vanity, even if it's not for longevity, because it will make you move. It will make you move faster because it will prevent you. For one, it will prevent any stalls or slowdowns. For example, one of my mentors is a dude named Kevin Hodo, right? He was one of the best Facebook ads managers in the world. Like he helped when Hormozy was growing Gym Launch. At one point, my mentor Kevin was running the ads, when it was ascending up, to making a whole bunch of money. And he taught me how to run ads, better. I already knew, but he helped me take it to the next level. And one of my other friends who's making like well over $10 million a year in his business, he was looking for a new person to run his ads. And I hit up Kev. I was like, yo, Kevin, man, my boy's looking for someone to run his ads. I think you'd be a good fit. And he sent me a fucking picture. He said, man, I'm going to do it as soon as I get out the hospital. And he was on the ventilator with COVID, right? Now, Kevin is my man. I don't say this in a derogatory way, but he was kind of overweight, and, COVID, like when you overweight, man, when you overweight, COVID, that's COVID shit. And, he was like, so he was already slowed down because he couldn't take the deal because he was on a ventilator. And then he died. But he wasn't taking care of his health, And it was sad, right? But it's also like a lesson. Oh shit, health is something we got to prioritize, because he would still be fucking balling right now, if he was doing it, if he was still alive, And it's very important. Take care of your health. It'll help you move faster. If you get enough sleep, you actually make better decisions. The homie Hormozy, he posted the other day, the quality of my decisions is based off the quality of my sleep. Like this motherfucker loves sleep. He grinds, he works really hard. I remember when I first met Hormozy, one of the first things he texted me was was, bro, you try sleeping on a weighted blanket? I just got one last night, man. I slept like 10 hours. Like he was excited about sleep because it helps him make more money. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I went and bought a fucking weighted blanket immediately, and I still got it. But yeah, it's very important. Prioritize health. Prioritize. We've heard about people who like burn both ends of the candlestick, and just to push for their goals. The problem with that is it's short-lived. It's difficult to do that for an extended amount of time. I've been going super hard for over a decade, right? Because I prioritize health. I make sure I get enough sleep. I make sure I eat right. And I make sure I'm not fucking fat. And I drink enough water, 2 gallons of water a day. And it keeps me hydrated, keeps me fucking ready. That's why I always got so much energy, man. And I'm out. And as a result, I'm out here fucking killing it consistently. Not for a month, not for a week, for over a decade. And that's what happens. That's why you got to prioritize health. I know. I just feel like some of these motherfuckers, when they talk about it, sounds like they virtue signaling. I'm telling you, focus on your health because it will make you more money. If you want to do it for another reason, in addition to that, cool. But as it pertains to this video, what I want to teach you is being healthy will make you more money because you will move faster. And being unhealthy will make you less money because it will slow you down or you will die, right? And or you will die. Prioritize health. If you want to find out how you can prioritize health, I got another video go watch it right now. It'll break that shit down for you. All right. Woo! I think we got a super.
Yeah, we got 2. Let me put this up. There we go. Mm-hmm. Leonardo is back with another super chat.
Shout out to Leo.
He's having a statement. He says, if you're not asking for no beef with YouTube, you're not trying to run up on their headquarters. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you start a Patreon or something, I'm in.
Yo, Patreon. All right. Listen, if enough people ask for the Patreon, and I can go on there talking crazy, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll fucking call it. You know what I'm saying? I'll bitches dancing. No, I'm just
you just said it on YouTube.
Titties out. All right, what else?
We got Denarius back.
He's back at it.
Yep. Appreciate the advice. I started using the calendar. It made me more aware of my time.
Yeah.
I have 4 hours a day, Monday to Friday, 8 hours, Saturday to Sunday. Should I focus on making more money or high income skills?
I'd have to know more about where you Denarius, you live in paycheck to paycheck. Right now, more money. Like more money. Like you gotta deal with what's urgent first. Right, you got to dig yourself out of that hole. Because I remember you asked me that shit earlier. You said you was living paycheck to paycheck. So listen, man, you got to get out of that. Because honestly, man, you're gonna feel better once you have like some fucking savings. Like you probably don't even know what it's like to have 6 months of savings. I don't mean in a disrespectful way. But once you have that, it's like you'll make better decisions because you're less stressed out. You keep the cortisol low, man. Do that shit. Yeah, but you need to get more money first. All right. Start driving Uber, fucking drive Uber, man. Anything. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. This has been another episode of Victory Talk Podcast. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, y'all.